Hello.
Hi everyone! We are back.
Yes, this
We
is
are,
the Waiguo Tale
yeah, this
girl.
is the Waiguo Tales podcast. We say hello to everyone. We are so sorry for the delay, but as you know, we are in quarantine. So we are
As you
all of us
don't
in
know, we
different
are in
places.
quarantine.
So
Please, which quarantine? How many?
the 10th, I don't know which one.
This one has been so long.
I don't know which quarantine. At some point, please leave a comment if you want to us to tell you
Uh,
about our quarantine
We
stories.
have been quarantined for 2 years.
For years. Yeah,
yes, yes.
Since we are
That's true.
Uh,
we come
that's
to
but
true.
like the
China,
thing is that this time it's been like kind of extreme for our followers. We've been quarantined already. What, 2 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks.
three
Yeah.
Uh,
weeks. We are
but
going
like
for
the
three
thing is
weeks.
that no, I think it's like 2 weeks. But in these 2 weeks, we've done like I've done 7 COVID tests. Like
Yeah,
now
me
there's
Yeah.
What?
this
too. Us
regulation
too.
that you need to have a 48-hour COVID test to be able to like go into my own community. Like literally on my own compound, they're like, you cannot go in, and I'm like, I live here.
But
I live
at least you can use your COVID test um
here.
to get out. Here
Yes.
we have COVID tests almost every day. For what? We
Oh,
cannot go
They
anywhere.
the girls are
they
quarantined
said
inside
that
the
they said that
university.
men said normally at 10 p.m. we need to do the COVID test on the 11 a.m.
Morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Half
Just
of the
go.
time I'm just sleeping. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
I all of the time I have to call Venancia. Venancia, we have a COVID test. Let's go. But
yesterday.
for the people who listen to us today, is not. We're not gonna talk about quarantine. But if you want us to talk about our quarantine stories first, leave us a like, leave us a comment. So we will. But today our topic is relationships in China.
Yes.
Love
Spooky.
in China.
It's pretty funny.
Love in China.
Love,
Love.
Why do you guys make the quote unquote I found love in China?
well, maybe for you,
It's a
but for us,
relationship.
no.
uh,
So we can
Liwen.
start with Liwen. What
Liwen.
do you think about it?
Liwen.
oh,
Why
into
is
the
Liwen?
fire, Liwen.
Anyway, I am single.
And ready to mingle. Okay, so
I
like
am
I
not
just want to
ready to
point out
mingle.
that I am Liwen's wing woman, and I am advertising this girl. This girl is gorgeous. She is funny. You guys leave a comment below if you want her Instagram.
No. Yeah, but like I am single and I am not ready to mingle. I am not mentally ready. So before I came to China, I was in a really great relationship. It had its ups and its downs, but you all know relationships. It was okay, and yeah. But when I came here, doom, 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 it got cancelled. Yeah, I was heartbroken because I wanted it, but my partner had his own way and I had mine, and I was like, it's not going to work. So it was cancelled. And I have been single for like going on almost 3 years. 3 years. Can you all imagine? Celibacy. And yeah, I haven't like I don't think like I would say I haven't. I am not putting myself out there right now to like look for somebody or any of that. Like it's like I don't care. It's like I do not have the time. I think I have the time because I
But you
mean
don't
like
want.
somebody found love twice. uh I just kind of like not interested right now, I would say, but age is climbing up. I don't want to be lonely for
I
my
will say
entire
that
life.
like an interesting thing about like relationships in China is that like it really depends who are you like, and sound awful, but I'm still going to say it. Like, it depends on who you are targeting.
That's true.
Because like, if you want
Uh,
to date Chinese people, you have to download certain apps. You got to go to like certain places. You need to like put yourself out there in the Chinese way. And if you want to date foreigners, you also need to do the same, but like on other places online and other places offline.
This is the
So,
thing.
I
I do
mean,
not want to date Chinese,
ooh, why?
and
This is what this episode is about. Why?
um,
Say it.
I will not say it because, yeah, I cannot
because
say
yeah,
it.
I can just
yeah,
feel that
just
sentence
because
with a lot of
you
things.
It's
went,
complicated.
just because.
Well,
Just because,
if I can complete that sentence for you, I
you
would
know,
say that uh, maybe because, well, everybody has your own opinion, but I think that sometimes Chinese people, Chinese men, see us like a novelty, right? Like a trophy, like something that they want to experience, like, yeah, like
like
they won a trophy. So, oh,
the
my
prize.
Chinese, yeah, like the prize. Oh,
Like,
let
I
let
have
me
a
show
foreign
off
girlfriend.
my Chinese, my foreign girlfriend to my friends and
Yeah,
blah blah blah. And that's not something that we are looking for. Like
yeah. And
being
but
someone's prize, no.
to say the truth, I have seen like some Chinese guy. They're like really nice and really sweet. I haven't spoken to them, but I have seen like the way they treat their like girlfriend and stuff. They're kind of really nice, but like
Like a puffy.
black women,
We can do it, Liwen. Yes,
Yeah,
Black women, we can do it.
of
yeah, but
course.
like
Well,
this is
There's
yeah,
it's
a lot
hard.
of beauty. But like I will say, and I will say this because I've seen it in like a lot of foreign women, right? It's like when you come to China, all your network, like your safety net disappears. You're on your own, you're like out of your depth. And when you like you were it also happens if you're in your own country, but it happens like even more if you're in a complete foreign place. Like you were comfortable in your relationship, then you don't have a relationship anymore. So you need to learn how to put yourself out there again, knowing that like you are someone else that you weren't like 5 years ago, let's say. Like when you first started, like when you were out there and found a relationship. So it's like on the one hand, you need to get comfortable with going out there, and this is true for like making friends in China and finding like relationships in China. And the other
and
thing is that when you don't really know like what's going on in the environment, like people tend to like, retreat into themselves, like shut down.
yeah.
I don't know if you
I
guys think like
I
the
just
same.
like
No,
I think yeah,
at
yeah, you
some
have a point.
point
Yeah.
I agree. Like what we were talking about in some part that the outgoing people became more outgoing, and the ones like they are shy become shyer, right? It's true, and it also applies to relationships, especially for example when you also have to experience, for example, in my case, maybe in your case you have seen like more younger people, but in my case when I talk with men, Chinese men in my age, most of them are all married, and what do they want is to have a lover, not a partner. And I'm not ready for that. Like, thank you. I don't want to be someone else's mistress.
No, never.
Right.
So I think
Not
it's
Never,
in
yes.
yeah, and
China.
it have
And I
happens to me. I have like for example when I find like interesting Chinese men, because they are at some point interesting, and what they said, no, because I'm married, I want to have a kid, but I don't love my wife, I just want to experience some things. No, I don't want a lover. Thank you. Next.
I think here it's
but I
important to
think
like
it's not only with Chinese, with this mentality. It's not only for Chinese. I think most of the men, even on our countries, most of
Yeah.
them they are
Yeah,
like that.
no, that's
They
true.
own they
But
own wife, but they just want someone else to have funny, like to use. You
yeah,
see, I
but
think this is
here
the
I
mentality
think
for
is
Chinese and all the men. I
Yeah,
think
it's
on
true.
this way.
But in this case, it's more because we are foreigners. We are
I
a
will say that
novelty for them.
I
also
don't
is
know
like
if it's because we are
Uh,
Koreans.
and
I
I
don't
well,
know
don't
if
know.
it's because
well,
we're
I am
foreigners, but I
telling you
feel like
I
because
think
I have
uh,
experienced it, and
I
some
think
there are
it's a
some
men
people who have said me
experience.
that.
It's a men mentality. For me,
I
it's a men mentality.
I am going to disagree with both of you. I don't think that it's because we're foreigners. I don't think that it's a men's mentality because women cheat as well. But I will say that it's because in China there's this culture of marrying really early. Like Chinese people marry like super young.
That's
They
true.
find their relationships like
Hmm.
they find one boyfriend, one girlfriend, like most
They want to
2 years,
marriage
Well,
like
already.
the
do
second
they
one, and like
find or the
or they're
family finds
arranged.
for them?
So it's like that's the thing. It's like it's
Sometimes
a
they
culture
fight
where
with
it's valued
themselves.
to like marry like really really early. If a woman is not married by 28, she becomes this like shengnu, and like shengnu literally is horrible, but it's a word used to describe like old cat ladies. It's only that these old cat ladies are around 30 years old.
Mm.
30 years old in my country, like you are young girl. Like I'm 30, like you're not expected to have children like yet. Like yes, some people have children at 20, some people have children at 25, but at 30 you're like, you know, in your prime. But in China, if you're 30 and you're not married and you don't have a child, you are like dead to society. So like this is a real thing. Lina just said that like, well, sometimes you find guys that like they just want to have a mistress because they're married. Like, yes, Chinese guys at 30, 35,
They
40,
have
they're all
10
married.
years of
They have
marriage.
teenagers
They have
already
been
at
they have
40.
they have been married for 10 years
So it's like,
by
I
that
don't know,
time.
kind of strange. Like, I don't see myself like, and they marry really fast. It's like they've been
Yeah.
dating for, let's say, a year, and it's like, he asked me to
Well, but
marry
it's
him.
sometimes because not because they want, it's because the family forced them to. Like when they quickly get out of bachelors, the families are saying, "Okay, you have graduated,
Now you
now
need to
now
have a
you need to get
wife.
married."
Yeah.
I
And they
saw
start to plan like all those blind dates and everything.
arranged
They
marriage.
arrange marriage, and sometimes that's why like when they have like 10 years or 15 years of marriage, they treat themselves like total strangers, like they have a
And
cordial relationship but they don't love each other at all.
But
and that's why,
not all
like
of
you
them.
say,
I don't think it's all of them. Some. Because I think like with the time, most of them, even if the relationship doesn't start with like much love, they can get it,
Well,
they
I
can
won't say
love. But
love, I would say get used to each other.
no, I
can
think
you like
love, we can construct the love. The love is something that we're gonna have with time. But
but you
some
need
of
to
them,
like the person.
some of them,
Like
they can love during the time. Because if we say like every Chinese are like that, I don't think so.
no, I don't know Venancia because like in the went like a year in my class, we've got this teacher that she's like super smart, she's charismatic, she's like this like person, like she's successful, she comes from a good family according to Chinese standards, she went to university, she has a master's degree, a doctor's degree, and she has two beautiful children. She's written books. Like she's this like, woman that is doing well for herself. And she found a husband who is apparently, and according to her own words, okay, so this is her own words. She has said this in class in detail. Is she's married because she loved someone. She was absolutely in love with the person that she calls the love of her life,
Still
who she
is.
didn't really like talk about, like talk with at the time. And then when like she was around like I don't know, when like you would say 28, like for her age,
Yeah.
like guessing, she was around 28. She met this guy, the person who is now her husband, and they like he really insisted on dating her. Like he insisted, like way when.
until she accepted.
And then she accepted. And then everyone in her family and her surroundings said, like, well, he's handsome. He's got like, money.
Good job.
He's got a good job.
He has
He's
a
got
house.
Yeah.
education. And he's like, he's nice. He's a nice person. And
Just
she
accept him.
sort of like felt pressured into staying in that relationship, and then she stayed, and then they married. They had like these children, and she says, I'm grateful for my children, but I will say, do not stay in a relationship that doesn't fulfill you. Like this really, like the feeling that it gives is that she doesn't really love her husband. She is like in a sort of like partnership
Yeah,
with her
that's
husband.
what I have
And I don't know
seen.
what Liwen thinks about this, but like for me, it was at first it was like kind of shocking. It's like if you are ready to accept that you don't love your partner, that like you're there because she has said like, oh, we don't divorce because if I was to divorce, I will have to like split the apartment. I will have to find 300,000 yuan, like even
For the
more. Like it was
apartment.
like I would think it was like three, I don't know,
Yeah.
a bunch of yuan to like give her husband if she wanted to keep the apartment or like move, and the apartment is close to like the school.
Cool.
So like
And it
it's
is too
this whole thing.
expensive to
Cami,
pay by
Cami,
herself.
So now
I
like
think I
mhm.
think here in China, most they don't on the begin they don't think about like the feeling. I think the first of all is a traditional. I think so is a traditional, and for them before to thinking on the feeling, they think on establishing, like to be stable, to
Mm-hmm.
have someone like can give you like a stable life.
Yeah, this is true.
So
Well,
It's
it,
that
it
money,
yeah,
the
it
difference
depends.
house,
between
business.
like the difference between from Chinese and has about relationship, loving relationship is this. For us, not all of us, of course, but for us, we think first on which we feel, how we feel with another people. But for them, they think, okay, this man can give me like a good house. I can have like a good life on on the future, so I can get in.
I have a question for all of you. Is it wrong? Like I think that for me it was very shocking to see this type of like building of homes and like relationships. It's like you choose this partner because he can give you A, B, C, D, E. Not love, but like the rest of like material
The
things
other
they can give
things.
you. But like I think that in Western countries we prioritize love. It's like he gives me a good dancing, like he gives me a good feeling. So it doesn't matter if like economically or physically or like these other aspects of life. It doesn't matter if we're never going to be able to like build a solid foundation because we love each other. And I will say, is that like, is it wrong either of these options?
My opinion, like Cami, I don't know how do you think about Cami, Liwen, and Lina, but by myself, like talk by myself, I think like if I love someone, I can't fight with this guy to have a better life on the future. For this reason, we have like a relationship for 2, 3, or 4 years. We try to fight together. If because for me, I don't need to find someone like already have everything to give me. I need we can fight together. We can building our life together, and just to find someone because this guy can give me like a money, can give me like a good life. Even if I don't like him, I just accept. I don't know. It's like something missing. I need to be happy, and not only money gonna make me happy. I need to feel in love. I need to love the people. Is my opinion. Not
Well,
okay. If the guy have money and I love him, it is good.
great.
But if he don't have, yeah, if he don't have money, but I love him, and I know we can fight together and building something together. I don't care.
Well, that reminds me a story that I heard from a Chinese friend. I have a Chinese friend. She's a very nice girl, and I know her boyfriend, and her boyfriend is like a very nice guy too. They are like
They're
26,
Chinese. Both of them
Chinese.
are Chinese.
Both of them
Okay.
are Chinese. They want to get married because, according what the girl told me, they love so much. But the guy comes from a family, a lot, not a very wealthy family. But the girl's family, it's more or less like kind of rich family, like they have more money than the boy. They
Okay.
want to get married, but the girl's mother says no because the guy cannot afford a house for them. And what I learned that day is that when the Chinese families get married, both the girl and the boy's family, they need to agree. If they don't agree, they don't get married. So
Heard it.
the girl told me that that she's always like in pain because she's very happy with with the boy. The boy's family accept her. She agrees in like what you said, Venancia, like building their own things, work hard, uh, grow up together because like I think that they are like a couple that they really love each other. But the girl's family say no, we don't want him because his economic stability is not good for you. So we don't want you to marry him. We want you to break up with him. That's what they say.
And she's going to be unhappy.
And she said
Yeah.
that she's so
But she's going
unhappy
to have
because
an
she
apartment.
loves him very much, but she has her family on the other side, and she said that sometimes she doesn't know what to do or how to say because like the what she told me is that the family of the boy wants them to get married because she said that they have been together like 5 or 6 years. So say like, okay, now it's time to get married, but she doesn't have the heart to tell them that the mother's family doesn't accept him.
Imagine.
So imagine, like
On this
here,
on
sometimes
this case,
for us, like if you find everything in one package, like stability, love, you accept it, right? In my case, I want something like stable in everything, like love, happiness, whatever. Like work hard together. I agree with that. But
Yo
here
me
they,
panza.
but here they don't. Like
na-
they don't want to start from scratch. They want the boy to have certain stability so the girl won't have to work that hard.
So doesn't
it's
he have like a
crazy.
job?
No, the girl
So
works, the guy works, both
I
of
will
them
say
work.
that like that's a good question. But I will say that like with the amount of money that like common jobs give the common person, it will be almost impossible to get an apartment in the
Yeah,
city in China.
yeah,
It's
but
like
we know
if you
that
want to buy an apartment in
no,
Nanjing,
and you know that they can't. You know that I have another friend uh who told me that when he bought his house, it was his mother, his
his
uncles,
father,
like everybody cooperate so he could buy the house. Like it wasn't only himself. Nobody here can buy a house by himself. Usually they have help. And if they do buy a house, it takes them like 20, 30 years of mortgage because it's too expensive.
yeah,
It's impossible.
because like time has stalled. We will like finish with a quick question, like quick questionnaire. Would you want to date a Chinese person?
I would.
Venancia, would you want to date a Chinese person?
no, I don't want. I don't want.
I would.
Lina.
I would.
Okay, great. Liwen.
No.
Yeah, Cami,
What
it's your
about
time.
you?
Cami.
For the cultural like learning, I will say maybe, but the thing is that like now I am extremely happy, so I will say no. I don't have any intention.
Now, I
Yeah.
think that maybe if you want us to talk, to keep talking about relationships in China, see, please, everyone, leave a comment, and we will do relationships in China part two.
Uh, Part
Everybody, bye,
two.
bye,
Bye
bye.
I
bye.
tell you about my relationship next video.
Of
Oh
course,
yes.
yes,
Oh.
My long distance
Ooh.
relationship.
that's
See, that
great. That's
sounds
great.
good. Okay,
So,
bye.
if
And like before we go, One more time, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Camila. You can find me at Instagram in at Cami on the road.
I am
I'm
Alwina.
Venancia. You can find me on Instagram from Velongwe Liwen.
Shama. Me?
And
Yeah,
you.
I am Alwina, and you can find me West. What is it?
West
West
Indian Queen.
India.
I know her Instagram handle. She doesn't like.
We will just let
I
her Instagram in the comments.
I want people. I want you to see like me sending memes every day lovingly, and Liwen just says.
Girl.
Damn, Liwen. Okay, Lina. Last one.
Yeah, like I'm Lina, and you can find me like Flores de Cerezo 1987. And we can also follow us in our uh, Instagram. So we will give you the Instagram name in the description. Okay. So everybody, if you want to hear about Venancia's long distance relationship, so
Wait for
please
the other
follow
episode.
us and wait for the
Next
other
episode.
episode. And this was the Waiguo Tales. Bye bye.
Bye.